Welcome to Day 3 of our journey into the FIDIC Red Book. Today we're diving into the heart of the contract, the general conditions. These conditions are the backbone of the Red Book, setting the ground rules for how the project will be run. Think of them as the essential rules of the game that both the employer and the contractor must follow. The general conditions cover a wide range of topics, from defining key terms to outlining procedures for payment and dispute resolution. They are designed to ensure fairness and transparency throughout the project lifecycle. Understanding these conditions is crucial for both the employer and the contractor, as they impact every aspect of project execution. Whether you're new to FIDIC or need a refresher, this exploration of the general conditions will equip you with the knowledge to navigate the complexities of international construction contracts. Let's get started. By the end of this section, you'll understand the vital role that the general conditions play in shaping the relationship between the employer and the contractor, setting the stage for a successful project. So, let's delve into the specifics and uncover the key principles that govern the FIDIC Red Book's general conditions. The general provisions are our first stop on this journey through the general conditions. These provisions serve as the backbone of the contract, setting the stage for all subsequent sections and clauses. They act as the contract's dictionary and rulebook, clarifying definitions and setting the ground rules for interpretation. Think of them as the essential guide that helps both parties navigate the complexities of the contract. This section is crucial because it lays the foundation for understanding the rest of the contract. Without a clear understanding of these provisions, the parties may find themselves lost in a maze of legal jargon and technical terms. One of the key elements of the general provisions is the definition of terms. These definitions are not just mere formalities. They are vital for ensuring that everyone involved has a mutual understanding of the terms used throughout the contract. The Red Book provides clear and concise definitions for commonly used terms, ensuring that both the employer and the contractor are on the same page. This mutual understanding is essential for the smooth execution of the contract. This eliminates ambiguity and reduces the potential for misunderstandings. When both parties have a shared understanding of the terms, it minimizes the risk of disputes and fosters a more collaborative working relationship. Another critical aspect covered in this section is the governing law of the contract. The governing law determines the legal framework within which the contract will be interpreted and enforced. The parties agree on which country's laws will govern the contract, providing a legal framework for resolving any disputes that may arise. This is particularly important in international projects where different legal systems may come into play. This clarity is essential for international projects where different legal systems may be involved. By agreeing on a governing law, the parties can avoid potential conflicts and ensure a smoother resolution process. Finally, the general provisions address the language of the contract. In a globalized world, contracts are often translated into multiple languages to accommodate the diverse parties involved. In cases where the contract is translated into other languages, this section specifies which language version will prevail in case of discrepancies. This is crucial for maintaining consistency and ensuring that all parties have a clear and accurate understanding of the contract terms. This ensures consistency and avoids confusion arising from different interpretations. By establishing a prevailing language, the contract mitigates the risk of miscommunication and potential disputes. By clearly defining terms, establishing the governing law, and addressing language discrepancies, the general provisions establish a solid foundation for a fair and transparent contractual relationship. These provisions are the bedrock upon which the entire contract is built, ensuring that all parties are aligned and informed. Now that we've covered the ground rules, let's move on to the specific obligations of the employer and the contractor. Understanding these obligations is key to ensuring that both parties fulfill their roles and responsibilities effectively, leading to a successful project outcome. Now, let's delve into the heart of the matter, the specific obligations of the employer and the contractor as outlined in the general conditions. These conditions form the backbone of any construction contract, ensuring that both parties are aware of their duties and responsibilities from the outset. This section clarifies the roles and responsibilities of each party, ensuring a smooth and coordinated project execution. By having a clear understanding of what is expected, both the employer and the contractor can work together more effectively, minimizing misunderstandings and disputes. The employer's obligations typically include providing the site, granting access to the site, obtaining necessary permits and approvals, and making timely payments to the contractor. These tasks are fundamental to the project's initiation and progress. Without the employer's proactive involvement, the project could face significant delays and complications. These responsibilities are crucial for the contractor to commence and complete the works as per the contract. The employer's timely actions ensure that the contractor can mobilize resources and start the construction activities without unnecessary holdups. On the other hand, the contractor's obligations encompass a broader spectrum of activities. The contractor must not only execute the physical construction, but also manage the entire process efficiently. These include carrying out the design, if applicable, executing the works in accordance with the contract documents, providing all necessary labor, materials, and equipment, and ensuring the safety and security of the site. The contractor must also adhere to all relevant regulations and standards, ensuring that the project is completed to the highest quality. The general conditions clearly outline the consequences of failing to fulfill these obligations. Both parties must be aware of the potential repercussions to avoid any breaches of contract. For instance, if the employer delays providing access to the site, the contractor may be entitled to an extension of time for completion. This extension helps to mitigate the impact of the delay on the overall project timeline. Similarly, if the contractor fails to meet the quality standards specified in the contract, the employer may withhold payment or even terminate the contract. This ensures that the contractor remains accountable for delivering work that meets the agreed-upon standards. Understanding these obligations is crucial for both parties to manage their risks and ensure a successful project outcome. By being fully aware of their responsibilities, the employer and the contractor can take proactive steps to address potential issues before they escalate. By clearly defining roles and responsibilities, the general conditions foster a collaborative and accountable working relationship between the employer and the contractor. This collaboration is key to achieving a successful project, where both parties are satisfied with the outcome and the project is completed on time and within budget. Time is a critical factor in any construction project, and the FIDIC Red Book dedicates a specific section to address completion deadlines. These deadlines are not just arbitrary dates, but are essential for the smooth progression and successful completion of the project. This section outlines the commencement date, completion date, and procedures for extending time, emphasizing the importance of meeting project milestones. Milestones act as checkpoints that ensure the project is on track and progressing as planned. The commencement date marks the official start of the project, while the completion date signifies the deadline for delivering the completed works to the employer. These dates are set after careful consideration of the project's scope, complexity, and the resources available. These dates are crucial for planning and scheduling purposes, allowing both parties to allocate resources effectively. Proper resource allocation ensures that the project has the necessary manpower, materials, and equipment at each stage of construction. However, unforeseen circumstances can arise during the project, potentially delaying completion. These can include adverse weather conditions, unexpected site conditions, or delays in the delivery of materials. The general conditions provide mechanisms for extending the time for completion in such situations. This ensures that the contractor is not unfairly penalized for delays beyond their control. For instance, if the employer issues variations to the works, or if unforeseen ground conditions are encountered, the contractor may be entitled to a time extension. Variations can include changes in design, scope, or specifications that were not anticipated at the project's outset. To request a time extension, the contractor must follow a specific procedure outlined in the general conditions. This procedure ensures that all requests are handled consistently and fairly. This typically involves notifying the engineer, the employer's representative, in writing, providing detailed justification for the delay, and substantiating the request with supporting documentation. The documentation should include evidence of the delay's impact on the project timeline and any efforts made to mitigate the delay. By establishing clear deadlines and procedures for time extensions, the FIDIC Red Book ensures that both the employer and the contractor are aware of their obligations regarding project timelines. This clarity helps in maintaining transparency and accountability throughout the project. This promotes effective project management and minimizes the likelihood of disputes arising from delays. When both parties understand the procedures and adhere to them, it fosters a collaborative environment where issues can be resolved amicably and efficiently.